guys, my name is Alex Rodriguez, just in case you're new here, and today I came to Havana because I have a really good friends coming to Havana and we're gonna be spending a good time right here. The good thing is that we're gonna be seeing some local life, and then I'm gonna try to show these people some touristic areas such as maybe old Havana, and I want to see their reaction as the first time right here in Cuba. So stick around if you want to see this vlog, guys. It's gonna be pretty crazy. And let me talk to you about something that I'm super impressed about. Look at this. We came here to El Escorial. This is one of the places that I've been looking for so long because they do have a great coffee. And then the prices are not pricey at all. I mean, compared to the private prices that you know, guys, in Cuba are insane nowadays. We spent like 375 pesos for 6 coffee and 3 bottles of water. It's insane compared to the prices that you're gonna find in the private places. Now, you might be wondering why. Well, let me talk to you about it. The problem is, what we were discussing about this is like, maybe, for example, in my opinion, this is what I think. I'm not saying that has to be this way, but this is what I think. The problem is that the government places, they have like regular prices because they have the right suppliers. I don't know how to say this, but what I mean is that when you work or where you have a private business, I cannot talk to you guys with these guys right here. So what I'm saying is that, for example, when you own a private business and you have to buy most of the things on the black market because it's hard to find on the regular places, you're gonna be paying prices stuff and you're gonna be charging pricey as well. This is something that is happening in Cuba, and that's why nowadays I will highly recommend you. I know some of you don't like to hear this, but I will highly recommend you guys visiting government places such as cafeterias like this. Now, as you can see, it's not that like super busy, but it's pretty good. Woo!
Hola chicos, I'm Cash, travel vlogger from Poland. Alex is our new friend here in Cuba. I'm not alone here, I'm with my friend Bartek.
Hey chicos.
Also travel vlogger from Poland. And we're just hanging out here today in Havana with Alex, and he said he's gonna show us the most beautiful places in the city.
So guys, what I'm trying to do is that I'm gonna try to show my new friends the local life, and then we're gonna try to find some places so they can see the contrast between the local life and the touristic area. For example, we went to the plaza and we had a great breakfast for only 375 pesos, which was much less than compared to the private businesses, and they're super impressed about it. Why?
Well, you know, the price difference is like really big. I think it's because of the fact that the not private places have access to cheaper ingredients, so that's why, you know, the private places are more expensive.
That's basically what we paid now for a breakfast, 4 coffees and 3 waters imported from Italy is the price of 2 coffees we had yesterday in a private place. So, yeah.
It's insane, guys.
Yeah, it's insane. My friend was recording a Polski Fiat, which means Polish Fiat, because this model of a Fiat, this particular one, was produced in Poland during Polish communism until like 1980 something, I think. That's why it's interesting for us that they are here.
First impression of this part of the city so far, since you arrived to Cuba to this point.
All right. So the first impression was interesting because we got here at 1 a.m. So we didn't see anything. We got to our apartment, and the next day in the morning we had this view. Just give me a sec. That's the view from our window. So we didn't know what to expect because we don't live in like a touristic part of Cuba. It's not like super beautiful and not everything looks perfect. You go outside, you see like, you know, the car repair stores, you see people, you know, waiting in the queues and just, you know, a lot of things. It was really interesting for us, and now we're in the more beautiful part of Cuba, the more touristic part. So I think whenever you're traveling to any country, it's good to see 2 sides, you know, like the local side and the touristic side. So far we are really excited about it, and the thing that shocked me the most is that actually the internet works in Cuba and you can buy a SIM card and it's pretty fast, because that's not what we expected.
Well, I wouldn't exaggerate with that pretty fast, but it's much better than we thought based on what people say on the internet. That's why many of the information on the internet is outdated. I think that we need to update the internet, about how it is now in Cuba.
I think one of the biggest changes is that there's only one currency now, not two. And I don't know, like Bartek said, it's not pretty fast, but this is like a European speed in some of the places, Wait, upload, come on. Let's cut it.
Yeah, some of the places, because some other places like our apartment is just really slow. It depends on the signal.
Guys, something I don't know if you noticed, but we were talking and some guy, I don't know who was, just arrived with a motorcycle.
Whenever you're traveling to any country, it's good to see.
Asking for buying cigars. Hey, are you looking for Cuban cigars? I always say this, don't buy Cuban cigars, anything, on the black market or the street, because it's pretty dangerous.
The same, our host, he told us the same. Don't buy the Cuban cigars in the street because they will almost for sure not be original.
Or at least overpriced.
Yeah. So guys, we're getting inside of the Capitoli. Well, not inside of the Capitoli, but this area where we're going to be seeing first the touristic areas where most people come to visit Cuba. And let me know what are you expecting to see and what you've seen so far. I mean, the contrast, because you've been so impressed with the cars, the buildings, all this.
Yeah, it's. I mean, look at this. Point the camera there. Show them the park, man. I mean, it's really amazing. It's really beautiful here. Like, well taken care of, and looks like a typical touristic spot, like we've seen Paris and many other places.
Yes.
Behind us we have a souvenir shop, and surprisingly it's a government-owned shop, so it's not private-owned, and that's why it's open and it's operating, I think, because otherwise it would be probably more difficult for a private one to do it. And it's interesting for me because I lived in Venezuela before, and it's like the first time since Venezuela I see that most of the businesses that are open are public. There is still much more private entrepreneurship in Venezuela, but I think they're going into this direction, the same as Cuba.
These guys are like super impressed by Cuba so far.
For me, the most important thing wherever I travel are the people, and people here are just amazing. That they want to talk to you. I mean, it's also a sad part because that's why Cuba is kind of isolated and not many tourists come here because of it. But like travel-wise, it's just amazing the experience with the people here. Really lovely people in Cuba. But I think everybody knows it. If you didn't, now you do.
We've been walking around and I've been showing these guys, the touristic areas, and now we're about to get inside the local life. But before I want to take them to the Malecon, to the sea, so they can see how beautiful it is. Stick around because you're gonna love it. And subscribe if you're new here. Hit the like button. It's one of the best ways that you have to support the channel. And let's continue with this crazy vlog.
We are now in a private owned spot, and it's much more expensive because probably they don't have easy access to the products, the ingredients. Maybe it's a little bit off topic, but I'm already thinking about prolonging my stay here. We came here for 16 days, but thinking about maybe prolonging for like a month. We'll see. Cuba is amazing, man. Thank you.
Looking about the prices, but I have to confess that at least this place is not that expensive compared to the other places that I've been. So I thought that maybe the prices were to be like extremely expensive, but so far they're not super pricey.
If you're gonna look at the official exchange rate, this bottle of water is 3 euros. So that's one of the most expensive bottles of water I ever seen in my life. But it is what it is.
Yeah, but in Cuba nowadays it's not that much. Believe me, guys. With the crazy prices that we're seeing so far in Cuba, these are nothing. So hopefully if you're planning to visit Cuba soon, this is something that you're going to be dealing with, the prices. So we're trying to find the Cuba pizza because I want to take them to the Cuban real pizza, the local one. I want to see their reaction. Let's see. I'm seeing so far a line. And once we get the pizza, I'm gonna let you know what they think about it. What do you think about it?
I think it's good. dough, cheese, tomato sauce, all we need for a quick snack.
Tasty good?
Mm-hmm.
Would you try it again?
Definitely, bro. That's gonna be my favorite fast food in Cuba.
It's a good cheap alternative to the high-priced food in some other spots. But it's private, right? That's good. That's even better.
Like my dream was to come to Cuba for like 4 years. But 4 years ago when I wanted to come here, you had the hurricane and everything, so I didn't come. I wanted to come in February instead of Mexico, but yeah, I've seen it. Instead of Mexico, but you know, the country closed down, so it was like my third attempt to come to Cuba, so I'm really happy.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.